Hi there, Sue Grant here. So today I'm going to show you Card Making 101. We'll get started with showing you how to cut a piece of cardstock. So you are going to take an 11 by 8.5 and you are either going to cut it at 4 1/4 and score it at 5.5 for this shape, or you are going to cut it at 5.5 and score it at 4 1/4. So that gives you either this fold or this fold. And either way, they stand up nicely. I'm a little partial to this one and tend to make more of my cards this way, but it's up to your preference. So with card making comes layering, and there's always multiple layers to a brilliant card. So usually the color portion is 5 1/4 by 4, and the decorated portion is 5 by 3 3/4. So as you can see, the colored portion is 5 1/4 by 4, and then the inside portion will be 5 3 3/4. So I'm going to show you how to start a basic card. So we're going to make this guy here. So the outside of the card was the cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. The colored portion is 5 1/4 by 4, and then that inside portion, which is the flowers, is 3 3/4 by 5. So I stamped it with that lovely celebration set that came out last month. So everybody that leaves a comment on this video, I happen to have an extra stamp set. I've used all the bits and bobs that came with it, but I will be more than happy to mail this out to a random person. So I will, today is Friday, so a week today, I will throw all the comments in a random survey and pull out a number and contact you by email and mail it to you free of charge. My only stipulation is you have to be in Canada or the States. And I'm more than happy to do that because I absolutely love this stamp set. So what we're going to do is take the cardstock and the piece of paper. Now, one of my tips is this paper is very pretty and we don't want to waste it, so I cut out a design out of the back and then I covering it up with that white piece that I stamped with the flowers. So for this stamp set, we are only using 2 colors and 1 stamp set. So we are using the blueberry bushel and the old olive. So then I stamped it again and fussy cutted it. And I don't know if you can see that I've got some glitter on there. So you can use Winkostella and color it in with the Winkostella if you want some glitter, which turns out quite nicely. Or you can use my trick, which is the hairspray and a bottle of the paint inside. So we are going to adhere this flower anywhere on the card using Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Sorry, I should have showed you that. And then a saying out of this celebration. You can use any of them. I have picked Happy Birthday, pre-stamped it. So we're going to just put it on that oval shape. So we can either use the stripes or the polka dots. And we have a simple happy birthday card. Of course, all cards need a little bit of bling. So I have used some pearls. I didn't have blue pearls, so what I did was I used the blender markers, or you can use a Sharpie, or you can use Copic markers, and you color in the blue pearl. That's what's left of my pads of pearls. And there we go. One easy card, and it's just layering. Now this one here, I did Thinking of You in the corner. So that is simple stamping and layering. And I've done that in the purple as well. The only difference between the purple one is I stamped directly on the cardstock. I didn't do a layer. So hopefully you can see the difference between the two of them. But we still have the 3 layers of cardstock. So then for this one, I embossed a different stamp set, and I'm just going to show you how to quickly watercolor and layer it. Oh, I forgot to show you my other trick. Oops, sorry, I caught you. So here's gold embossing powder, gold foil paper, and I didn't want to waste such beautiful paper, so I cut out some leaves, and then we're going to cover it up. So nobody's going to see the wiser. And then it's used for 2 purposes. So that's just a little trick, because I hate to waste all that paper underneath. So let's throw this one together quickly. So once again, I have used paper out of the 2018-2020 In Color Designer Series paper. I have cut it to 5 1/4 by 4, so that's the blue portion. And then the white portion I have cut by 5 3/4. So with this one, you can either use the stripes or the polka dots. And to decorate the background on this, I used an old technique from Stampin' Up. They don't sell it unfortunately anymore, but I love it. So I'm still going to show it to you. So it's this little spritzer guy. And you drop in your marker, and I'm just using a gray marker. And you just kind of spritz it. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? One of my favorite little old-fashioned techniques. You can get the same effect using the ink pad and a paintbrush or a toothbrush and flicking it. It's too bad they don't have that anymore. It's pretty cool. All right. So now we're going to take the embossed rose, and we're using that same beautiful blueberry bushel. And we're just going to do a little bit of watercoloring. So we're using an aqua marker, picking up some of that color. And we're just going to color out this marker, or sorry, the rose. And believe it or not, there's actually no wrong way to color with this aqua marker, because if you get too much color, all you do is wipe it off and lift it up. So if you want it dark or light, you just add more water or take away water. I really think these aqua markers are pretty cool. Sorry for all the background noise. I don't know where you're from, but man, it hasn't stopped raining here, and my sub pump just keeps going on and on and on. So trying to find a quiet moment to record is not happening. All right. So then you just squeeze out the water out of your aqua marker, and to switch to a different color. And we're just going to put a little bit of green in. Now I've also embossed a couple more little flowers. So you just want to color in those leaves. It's really a quick and easy card. There's no wrong way to do it. So I'm going to take off the green out of the marker again. And go back and add a little bit of the blue. There. And once again, Just if you want to add a little bit of Wink of Stella, just for a little more glitter. I can't help it. I love glitter. All right, so we're gonna build our layers up. So we're gonna take that piece that was 5 by 3 3/4. We're gonna adhere it with some snail. Well, let's use the stripes this side. Let's square that up in there. My other little favorite thing is this beautiful thread that Stampin' Up! Sells. So I just make like a little circle, and I always have Scotch tape on my desk. And we're just going to put that down. I embossed some of the silver leaves from that same stamp set. Put a little bit of glue on that. Adhere that down in the corner and underneath that wire. And then we're going to use some dimensionals. Oops, sorry. Where did I put them? Oh, there they are. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. Waste not, want not with the dimensionals. We use every part of them. Clip some of those. Oops. So I look forward to the comments. I just thought I had a couple of people on the last video ask what size cardstock and how to make a card from scratch. So I thought, well, I'll just do a quick little video and show you how to do that. So let's add that flower there. And then we're just going to tuck this little guy underneath. I'd like to put him underneath that thread. There we go. There. And we can use the stripes as a happy birthday. We can put that maybe up here. And I actually cut out a little bird too. I couldn't help it. They're so cute. I'll put that on there. So with every good card, you always want to make sure that you stamp an envelope to match your card. Because when you give a card, people look at everything. So here's an envelope I've stamped with that rose. And then I also did, like, the background could be dry embossed if you wanted. So I usually pre-cut a pile of papers because I don't know where my creativity is going. And have everything organized, so as I'm creating, I have tons of paper ready to go. And then off I go creating. So that is using the paper pumpkin. I'm hoping it's pretty clear for you. Just basically the cardstock and layering to make a pretty card. You can simply stamp it and add a phrase and the card's done. Or you can add some layers to it. It's depending on what your skill level is. I mean, I've been doing this for a few years, so if you look at cards I made when I first started, they obviously weren't as nice as these ones. but it's a learning curve. So if you have any questions, please feel to drop me a line. And like I said, every comment on my YouTube channel I will put into a random draw next Friday, and some lucky winner will get my extra paper pumpkin in the mail. So thanks for your time, and my name is Sue Grant. Please feel to drop me an email or visit my Instagram. And it was a pleasure showing you this video. Have a great weekend.